Hi, I'm Pat Hayes, shop manager here at SunCapsule. This video will help you perform some basic maintenance on your SunCapsule tanning booth to help keep it in top shape. As with any electrical device, safety comes first. So before attempting any work on the electrical components for your tanning booth, please make sure that you disconnect the power.
How to determine the correct lamps to put in your SunCapsule booth.
To determine which lamps go with your SunCapsule booth, refer to the bottom of your exposure label. That will tell you the model and the type of the lamps used in your SunCapsule tanning booth. You can also refer to the label on the lamps themselves. They will give you the number and the wattage and the size for your lamps.
How to properly remove the lamp guard.
To properly remove the lamp guard, you just need to loosen the 4 screws that are holding it in place. The screws will not come completely out. They're held in place by small O-rings. Just loosen the screws. Once the screws are loose, simply raise up on the cage so that the hooks come out of the slots at the bottom, and that's removed.
How to properly remove and reinsert a lamp.
To remove the tanning lamp, gently rotate the lamp 1/4 turn and remove it from its socket. To replace the lamp, line up the pins with the top and bottom socket so that the pins are perpendicular to the socket. Push and gently rotate 1/4 turn. You'll know you'll have it in place when you see that this little indentation at the top of the lamp lines up with the slot in the socket.
How to change a starter.
To change a starter, first remove the lamp in front of the starter. And then gently rotate the starter counterclockwise 1/4 turn. That disengages the pins on the bottom of the starter from the socket. To put the starter in, to install the starter, simply repeat the process. Seat the little pins in the socket and rotate 90 degrees clockwise.
How to change the upper and lower bi-pin socket.
To remove the upper and lower bi-pin sockets, first remove the wire lamp guard and all your lamps. Once your lamps are removed, remove 1 Phillips head screw. And that will allow the cover to be removed from the fixture. To remove the socket, use a flathead screwdriver, press in on the flexible tab on each side of the socket. That will allow you to push it back into the fixture. And you can use a small paper clip. A small paper clip will allow you to release the wires. Insert the small paper clip in the hole beside the wire. Then pull on the wire and remove the paper clip. Repeat the process on the white wire. Insert the paper clip, remove the wire, and remove the paper clip. And that will free the socket to be replaced. To reinstall, repeat the process, making sure on the upper socket to install the white wire on the back of the socket and the colored wire on the front of the socket. To reinstall the socket, just push the wire back through the opening and make sure the clips on each side of the socket are engaged. Then reinstall the cover, lamps, and lamp guard.
How to remove and reinstall a capacitor.
To remove a faulty capacitor, you have to remove the lamp guard, the lamps, and the cover. At this point, you'll see the internal wiring. And again, with any electrical work, please be sure that the power is disconnected. Once you've done that, you can safely work on the electrical components. To determine which capacitor needs to be replaced, you can follow the colored wiring from the socket of the lamp that was bad, or lamp that wasn't working. Follow that down, in this case the yellow wire, to the ballast with that color wire, and then trace the other wire back up to that particular capacitor. Before working on any capacitor, you need to discharge it. In order to do that, again, making sure the power is off, you can take an insulated metal screwdriver and short across the leads of the capacitor. That will dissipate any charge that's still left in the capacitor. To remove the capacitor, simply pull on the push-on leads, loosen up the nuts holding the strap in. You do not need to remove it, just loosen it enough to slide the capacitor out of its holder. Each capacitor has a number on it indicating the size of the capacitor. It needs to be replaced with a like-sized capacitor. To reinstall the capacitor, simply insert the capacitor back into the strip that's holding it, tighten up the nuts, and push the connectors firmly back onto the capacitor.
How to remove and reinstall a ballast.
If you need to remove or replace a ballast, you'll once again want to be sure that you disconnect the power while working on any internal components with your booth. Remove the lamp guard, the lamps, and the cover like we've done with this unit here. The other thing you want to do is make sure that you discharge any charge that remains in the capacitors by using an insulated metal screwdriver and shorting across the leads. Once you've done that, you can loosen up the screws holding the wire feeding that particular ballast. Take a nut driver and remove the nut from the bolt holding the ballast in place. If that nut spins, you may need to gain access to the back side of the fixture so you can put a Phillips head screwdriver on, hold that bolt in place. Obviously, you need to remove the fixture from your booth if that's the case. Once that bolt is removed, the ballast will simply slide out and be replaced. To put the new ballast in, repeat the process, making sure to connect the wires in the same manner that they were before you disconnect.